comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I did a gig tonight, my first gig in how many fucking weeks is it? Since I think it was December 10, my last show in Toronto, and today is December 27 in Australia. So what's that? You're looking at fucking 7 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. And I'll tell you this, between shows, like those shows in Toronto and the Canadians, all the Canadian shows were fucking amazing. I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was like, I fucking miss Canada. I'm coming back and I'm going to see more of the fucking joint. But in between the last show I did in Canada and tonight's show, I did not think about stand-up even for like 1 minute. I didn't think about jokes. I wasn't thinking I should be doing gigs. I didn't want to watch comedy, look at comedy. I was just fucking out. And I forgot that I booked this fucking gig as well. And I get a fucking message this morning and all the comedians in the group, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I've got this fucking gig. And I wasn't ready to be gigging again. I was just like, all right, I'll book something in for when I fucking get back, just to get back on the horse again. You know, so I fucking don't get rusty, because I knew what was going to happen, and it did happen. I knew after I took the ayahuasca, I was going to be like, fuck comedy. I fucking knew it. And I swear to God, after I did the ayahuasca, the death one, probably the first or second, maybe the third thing I thought was, I'm never going to be able to do stand-up comedy again. That was a very clear thought. I was like, I'm never going to be able to do stand-up properly again. Basically, the reason behind that was, at the time, was it drags you into your ego. It's the most ego-consuming fucking thing you can possibly do. Nothing is more egotistical than standing on stage, getting everyone's attention, saying, I am funny, I'm doing this. And then the laughter fuels the fucking ego. And then to get anywhere, your ego has to be like out of control. It's kind of hard to be a successful, low-key, just fucking solid, loving, good person, fucking comedian. It's hard to be a happy comedian. People will say you can be happy and a comedian, but those comedians suck. I think even Bill Burr's saying that now. Like, you can be real happy and a comedian. But, like, compare his early work to his work now, and the fucking evidence speaks for itself. Maybe it's a little bit different because he's already made it, so he already has a fucking following. He doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do. So maybe it's a little bit different when you get to that stage. I'm not at that stage. And I had been worried about this for a long time. I've been worried about the fact that I don't think you can do comedy, stand-up comedy, and be happy. And if you do, if you can manage it, it's some watered-down version of happiness that you sort of like compromised, and you sort of replace like genuine happiness with achievement, like selling out blah, doing this, having a show, fucking whatever. All material sort of shit. Anyway, I've been worried about that for a long time, and then after the gig tonight, I'm really fucking worried because I fucking went on stage unprepared. It was a big crowd. There was probably about 100 people there. I just felt nothing before the gig. I wasn't like nervous. I wasn't anything. I was just like, all right, fucking let's see how this goes. And then I got on stage and it was probably the most joyless 10 minutes of stand-up comedy I've ever done in my life. And I've done some pretty fucking joyless 10 minutes of stand-up comedy. I can tell you that right now. It just all seemed ridiculous. It seemed so fucking stupid. I didn't want to fucking entertain them. I didn't want to fucking do my material to them. I didn't want to win them over. I didn't even want to put in any effort. I didn't want to look at them. I didn't want to make a connection. I didn't want to do anything. Even when I was getting laughs, usually you can use the laughs as energy and it'll inspire you. I just let the laughs fucking die and then just continued talking. And then I did long as well, which pissed the... So I fucking hated it up there. I was like, all right, I'll finish on this bit. And then it went long. So I was meant to do 10. I did like 15. And it went whatever. It was just whatever. Who gives a fuck? I got off stage and just felt nothing. But I was a little bit like concerned. I'm like, oh my God. I gotta fucking stay and watch the headliner and see what the headliner does because I'm fucking way out of sorts there. And I wasn't even like disappointed in my performance. I was more like, fuck, am I ever going to be able to do stand up again? Because I can't fucking do it like that. And so I fucking stayed and watched like 10 minutes of the headliner. And it's just fucking whatever. It's hack as fuck. It was just crowd work bullshit and then some hack jokes and whatever. And the crowd are absolutely losing their shit. So then I'm like, fuck that crowd as well. Who gives a fuck? Why do I want to fucking do that for them? This is killing me. And I don't even want their fucking adulation, or what's the better word than adulation? Confirmation? No, that's not fucking right either. Who knows? I can't fucking think of the word. What's the word when someone sort of like nods in approval? Approval, that's it. I don't need their approval. I don't need anything from the crowd anymore. I honestly think when I started doing stand-up, so much of the reason I started must have been I just wanted like the love of the audience, like the attention, all that sort of like shit. But I don't need anything from the audience anymore. I tell you what, it's two different things as well. When I was in Toronto, when I was in Vancouver and all that, playing to my audience was the fucking greatest experience I've had in comedy. Same with England, same with Ireland. Playing to my people, the listeners of this podcast and shit, I love doing that. That's more like playing to friends or something like that. It's fucking great. I come out for that. That's great. But this other thing that you have to do, not fucking a huge fan anymore. So I don't know. I'm going to have to fucking sit on this again. I'm going to keep booking gigs. The same thing fucking happened to me after Edinburgh last year. I just didn't love it. I only kept fucking doing gigs to stay sharp and also give myself time to figure fucking shit out. This time, I fucking don't even... I don't even fucking know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep doing gigs, but fucking... If I'm completely fucking detached like I was tonight, it's too much of a disservice to like the audience and myself, and it would just be fucked if I continue doing it like that. Also, after I got out of the ayahuasca, one of the first things I thought, it was actually before I can never do stand-up again. I was like, I want to write a show about death. And I was writing it in my head. And then the next thought was, I can never do stand-up again. And then I was like, I can do this show about death though. So that might be something I can do. I don't know how funny the death show is going to be, but I need to become an expert in death. I wonder what you cunts are thinking. You're like, fucking, yeah, Boyle went into the ayahuasca retreat and came out absolutely fucking cooked. And that's a pretty fair analysis, to be honest with you. I have come out cooked. I have come out absolutely fucking cooked. But I've been loving just like the last 4 or 5 days, just reading all the Buddhist books I've got, just thinking about following the path. So that's like my happy place at the moment. But anyway, fucking here we are again at the crossroads with stand-up comedy. And yeah, let's see where that goes. But fucking for now, let's just fucking put it to rest. Let's let it fucking just fucking chill for a little while. Let me think about it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you the fuck later.